Cool. So we're going to talk about lights. We're going to do a little review of the lights. The lights that I think are my favorite and cost efficient, cost effective. They didn't cost that much, especially for light, as far as lighting goes. So the light that I chose for my first light ever, I was going on vacation. We went to Europe. I needed something easy and quick, and I went with a cheap light like this. So there's not even a name brand on it. I'm sure it had a name on it, but it was a cheap light. And it works. Here's like a little clip of that.
It's awesome, beautiful, Marcos.
Yeah, the music is awesome. It's beautiful. You know, it's getting there. It works. You can use it. It's easy. It's fast. But I think eventually you evolve to something else. So the next light that I decided to go with, because I thought it was more, it just had a better range, and it's actually not that expensive. Currently, it is $37 on Amazon to get the YONGNUO 300 YN. It's the YN300 Air. So when you buy it, it just comes in a box, yay big, with a bag, yay big, which is actually a nice little bag. It has like a little bit of protectiveness to it, and it all slips right in. But then you get this light, and it also has a mount so you can put it onto a tripod, or the handle that they give you, which is a cool little handle, and you just screw it in. So you can either be on a tripod or this little handle. This handle is actually great because when you're doing photography, you can hold it on one hand and you can do different angles. So that's sort of what we did in our shoot. But it doesn't come with a battery, and it doesn't come with a way to turn this light on. $37 doesn't actually come with anything to turn this light on. You're going to need a separate source of power. So you can buy a plug-in version of that, which is power block to a 10 or a 12 volt, and it goes into the back right here. See there, goes to the back right here. You plug it in, and it's good to go. Or you can buy these like Sony type batteries, which are actually not that expensive. I have a 2-pack of this, which goes into a charger dock of 2, and they both charge, and they work great. So then, and they have so many different versions of these, and they're so compatible with a bunch of different lights. So yeah, you plug it in, and then you press power on, and here, let's start at 0. What I like about these lights a lot is that they're bi-color lights, which means they have essentially they have a cool light setting and a warm light setting. I'm pretty sure there's reviews out there that have a very extensive, specific review of all the specs of all these lights, like the type of light that it is. All I know is it's good stuff. With this light, it's bicolor, so you can choose the 2 colors. So if I turned this one up all the way, it would be a very warm light. This is the lower range light. This is the 3200 Kelvin light, right? So it's a very warm light. And then if I wanted to, I turn that down, go and then turn on the 5500 Kelvin, and it's a very cool light. You see, it's very blue, has very cool features. And then what's awesome about it is that you can mix it. So if I wanted to, I could add 69% of the blue light and let's say 80% of the warm light. So then you get something in between, which is great because in any shoot that you do, you can always adjust for the room tone, the temperature of the room, and then you can also adjust for skin tones if you want to take pictures for skin tone specifically. And you can stylize anything in between. You can, and then it has a coarse adjustment and a fine adjustment. So the coarse goes by increments of 10. So you can do 0 to 100% in increments of 10 for how strong you want the intensity of the cool light or the warm light. And then you can do it fine adjustments, which is increments by 1. So you can really dial it into the temperature that you want and get the look that you want. This light is awesome. I use this light all the time in shoots. You can do a lot of the same effects with a flash or an off-camera flash, but in my experience, you get to see what you're doing in real time. You get to, the flash, it flashes and then you see the image and then you have to adjust. This one you can set it all up and then do it that way. But what's cool is that these also double for video. So whenever you want to do a certain video, and you can just mount this on top of your camera or walk with it, and you have a perfect light for video. Or even if you're recording certain things, you can use these as backlights, as certain fillers. This is my go-to light. Use this light, you'll find a lot of different usages? But you'll find a lot of different uses for this light in a lot of different situations. I have two of them. I have one light in my face right now, and I'm showing you this one. People use them for streams. I know it's a very easy light to use for streams. You just plug them in, set them up, and you're good to go. It's a $50 light. It's great. Get this light. The next light we should talk about, and it's one of my favorite lights. It's in my bag. I use like 2 or 3 lights in my bag, and that's about it. Aputure AL-M9. So look at the comparison, like it's such a tiny little light. And in comparison to the big block one that I had too, it's a lot skinnier. This thing, you'll not even notice it's in your scene. You won't even notice it's in your camera bag. It's amazing. So let's talk about this light real quick. It's not battery powered, so you do have to charge it every time it dies, which is fine. This light will run you $46 with an assortment of gels, so you can actually put any kind of color gel in here to change your scene up that way. Let's turn this on. Cool, and right now it is on. Cool, we turned it on, it's on the lowest of settings. So from here, we can go all the way to its highest setting, right? And that's some pretty solid light, and it's not even at a full charge too. I don't really notice it too much diminishing as the battery goes down, but there's a small difference. It comes in a little carrying case, which is pretty convenient. These little carrying cases, I typically just take the stuff out and use it for other stuff like SD cards and cables and blah, blah, blah. But it does come with two little gels. So you get a warm gel and a cool gel, and it also gives you like a diffuser, but I just tossed it because I was like, don't need a diffuser right now. I shouldn't have tossed it. Don't toss your diffusers. Take this off, it's a little magnet that sits on top, so it literally just pops off. Lay the gel over it. Boom. And like that, you get a different type of light. So just like the LED, the YONGNUO, where we can have a really warm light, a really cool light, this is sort of the same feature, but it's a gel version. So we turn it on, and now instead of getting that really harsh, white light, now we have this warm light that sort of gives a nice little warm feature to my face. You can do the same thing, and you can switch it out with the cool light, which is really nice. And then again, these typically look better, if you wanted to make the background blue like that. They make a light that's more expensive than this. It's the Aputure AL-M9, I believe, and it runs for $149. So that one's pretty cool, but it basically takes everything that you like about this light and puts it into this light. It's a little bit bigger than this, but it is a bicolor light. You can adjust internally the temperatures. And my favorite thing to do with these lights, so if I'm using this light as like a backlight, kind of like a special light, I can use this one as my key light. I can come in and really get a little bit of extra color or light on my subject's face. So if I'm doing a photo shoot and it's dark, I can come in with my bright light and put it, in the back to give a glow or some sort of like, different feature. It's a special light, right? And then I can come in with this one and just sort of sneak it in and light up certain parts of their face. So if I have the big light on a tripod, set it up, boom, real quick with the battery, then I come in with this one, sneak it in, and I'm honestly shooting like this sometimes. It depends, because I have this one and I'm taking pictures here, or sipping like this. Very versatile. And because you have it, you can just be this sort of run and gun photographer. That's the way I like to do it. I don't really like to set up a lot of stuff. I like to just show up and be like, oh, I need a little bit of extra light here, boom, perfect. Oh, like it'd be cool to have a little bit of backlight here, boom, perfect. There are situations where you do need the flash if you're doing, certain commercial work, or if you're doing weddings. You can't set this up for every scene that you need to shoot in a wedding. A general flash in your reception room, for an example, would be a better option, obviously. But this is great if you're doing street photography, if you're doing just home videos and you need a little bit of extra light to make a product look really nice, or if you're doing videos like this where you're just talking to the camera and we have one single light hitting my face here. It's enough. If I didn't have this light, right, I would look like this. Turn the light on. Perfect. I'm the kind of guy that when I want equipment or tech, I typically go to Amazon and type in what I need. I cross-reference that to YouTube and see if other people are using it, and then I buy it. These are the things that I bought based on that knowledge, and they've been working great for me. And I think if anything, it's just going to add tools to your belt, tools to your bag to be able to do anything that you want. So these lights are great. They're what's in my camera bag. They're what I actually use. This isn't, I wasn't paid to talk about these items. I use these items. I love these items. I bought one more of these shortly after I bought this one because it was like, I need it. It's easy. Let me ramble. Check us out, like and subscribe. Check out the travel vlogs because those are a lot of fun. There's gonna be a lot of different projects coming out, and that's gonna be cool. Just look out for the first tag. Some will say travel video, some will say travel vlog. But just look out for the first title of the video. Some say travel vlog, some will say tech review, some will say food review or funky foodie. That'll be fun. You'll get to see those things. That's gonna be a good time. That's pretty much it. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.